Hello, this is screencast 11 of the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland Vectorworks screencasts. I've covered all the basic shapes tools, so we're now going to, over the next couple of screencasts, look at some manipulation tools which you will need and the reasons why we use them. This is still all in the basic tool palette. So, first couple I'm going to do is reshape, mirror, and rotate. They are the three tools here: reshape, mirror, that's rotate, sorry, and mirror. They are next to each other in the middle of the basic tool palette. So the reshape tool, first of all, can get quite confusing, so I'll just go over a couple of ways of using it, and we won't dwell on it too long because rotate and mirror are far more common. So I've drawn this shape here from a rectangle and a circle using add surfaces. I'm sure you can understand that if you've done the last tutorial. And I'm just going to choose the reshape tool here. So the reshape tool then now shows these vertices, these blue handles on the object there. We have modes along here, so I'll just choose one of them just now. You can play with the others later. Some of them are very confusing, so I wouldn't spend too long on this, just note. So moving the vertex, stretching it out like so, allows you to do a little bit of object manipulation. So you can see what happened there. So again, that's not difficult. Any object that has any closed object will have the reshape tool will give you these blue handles, and each blue handle can be manipulated. We can do other things, like we can, if we change the vertex mode, so at the moment that vertex mode there is a curve, and I've chosen the corner point mode. So if I hover over that and change that from a curve to a corner, then it's taking a straight line between there and the point and back again instead of a curve. So I've changed the nature of that node point. So again, have a play around with those and have some see what they can do. We can add and subtract vertices as well. So if I add and I hover across that point there and click, then it gives me another couple of points on either side and allows me to pull out the center, which I couldn't have done without adding in the other points. So this is a very different shape than the one I started with, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Have a play, but don't get too bogged down with it, because mirror and rotate and mirror are far more useful to us. So moving on to that, I'll move on to mirror next. So the mirror, some people can get confused with this. It shouldn't be that confusing if we just logically follow through what it's asking us to do. First off, I'm going to select the object I want to mirror, and then most often we mirror and duplicate. So rather than just mirroring, I could flip that object any way I liked, up, down, left, right, diagonally, but quite often when we use the mirror tool, we've drawn one object and then we want to duplicate it. For example, the seats in the auditorium, I only need to draw a couple of seats or even one seat and then mirror and duplicate it several times. The stage right of the auditorium is exactly the same as the stage left of the auditorium, so we can just draw one side and mirror and duplicate the other side. So with mirror and duplicate, the second mode on, and the object selected, when I draw, all I'm going to do is draw a line, which is the mirror line. So if I drew the line there straight down, you can, I don't know if you can see on the screencast, but if you're doing this for yourself, you'll see a little ghost image which shows previews where your new object is going to land. And likewise, I can do this on multiple objects. So if I click the two of those and then mirror and duplicate again and then draw the line there, I've mirrored that upside down across there. So mirror and duplicate is really, really, really powerful. If you find yourself drawing the same object more than once, then have a think about mirror and duplicating. Rotating. I'm going to take one of these objects here, and I'm going to choose the rotate tool. Now the rotate tool's got a duplicate mode as well, and just a rotate, a standard mode. So I'm just going to do the standard mode on this. So this has kind of 3 clicks to it, the rotate tool. So first click is probably the most important one. It is the point about which the object will rotate. So if I want to rotate it around that corner, then that's my first click. If I want to rotate it around the center of the object, that's my first click. So I need to be clear where I'm going to pin the object. So I'm going to pin it on that corner there. My next click is just a reference line. I can click it anywhere I like. I can click it there and I can still rotate the object. I can click it here and still rotate the object. It just allows me to, you see the angle in the floating toolbar? So that's 0 there, and then if I want to make it minus something down there, if I click it there, it's at 101 degrees, and I might want to come back to 90. So it really depends what numbers I am using. Hopefully you can see that if I was trying to turn that line, this line up diagonal here, vertical, then clicking out here isn't really going to help me because I don't know how far up to rotate it. So therefore my second click is critical, that it's down this face here. So we'll do that. So I'll click the second click here, and then the third click is the actual duplication. If I hold down shift, it's 11 degrees, and there we go, I've rotated it round. So have a play with the rotate tool and the mirror tool. This is a fairly short screencast because I didn't go too much into the reshape tool. I think it's probably better for us to take time to make our objects properly using the add clip surface, and then and get them right without trying to you know, click and then try and you know, grab points and manipulate them out. Although it is still interesting to do, you can get yourself in all sorts of trouble. Get rid of that point there. So minus a node point there to get rid of that spike. But by all means, play with them, have fun, and create some objects, and then combine your mirror and your rotates and the object reshape with your add, clip and subtract, and create some objects. Just get used to the program. Okay, see you in the next one.